Welcome to Chibuzor Mathphysics. In today's video, we shall be dealing with capacitance, or how to derive the equation, the total capacitance of two capacitors that are connected in series. My name is Augustine Gallagher. Stay tuned and enjoy the derivation. We have to derive an expression for total capacitance in series and in parallel. But let's begin with a series circuit. And the question says that we show that for two capacitors in series, the total capacitance CT is given by CT, which is equal to C1 by C2 divided by C1 plus C2. Several capacitors may be connected together in a variety of applications. Of course, we know that multiple connections of capacitors act like a kind of single equivalent capacitor. We usually say that the total capacitance of these equivalent single capacitor will depend, it has to be dependent on both the individual capacitors and how they are connected. In our case, the circuit is connected in series. So there are two simple and common types of connections that we have to pay attention. We have the series and the parallel connection, for which we can easily calculate the total capacitance. So for this case, the capacitance is in series. So the capacitance of the combination is related to the charge and the voltage. So it is related to the charge and the voltage. So we have V1. This becomes our V1 and this becomes our V2. In this case, we can say that this also is our C1 and this becomes our C2. Of course, this is the voltage across them, the voltage source. So we can say that V is equal to Q over V. It means that the voltage will be given by the charge divided by that volt that is connected with. Note that as we know that the opposite charge of the magnitude of Q will flow to either side of the original charges. We have what we call conservation of charge. This will require that equivalent magnitude charge be created on the plate of the individual capacitor. So if we put this together, we will simply have V to be equal to Q over C. So now if we calculate the total capacitance, we will have Q to be equal to C total. That is Q divided by C total. This will give us Q divided by C1 plus Q divided by C2. And if we have more than two capacitors, we will have Q divided by C3, Q divided by C4, etc. So if we relate this formula, we will simply have Q will be V, because we know that Q is common. We factor out Q, which is the charge, so be divided by 1. This becomes 1 over C1 plus 1 over C2. Of course, if we have capacitor, the third one, we can add so that our total capacitor will be given by 1 over C total to be equal to 1 over C1 plus 1 over C2 plus etc. Maybe 1 over Cn. That is if you have more than one capacitor. So we can therefore say that the total capacitance will be given by the inverse function of this formula, which will give us C over C, 1 over C total to be equal to C1 plus C2 divided by C1 C2. Or it can be C1 C2 divided by C1 plus C2, which is what we have here. And this is how we derive or show that for two capacitors in series, the total capacitance is given by this. Hope you have enjoyed the video. See you in our next derivation. Stay tuned. I am Augustine Gallagher.